RuneScape 3. The title invokes different thoughts in many, from nostalgia and happiness, to hatred and distaste, from misguided updates to beautiful landscapes, filled to the brim with content and stories, brought to life by many hardworking and dedicated individuals. I invite you to our journey through one of the most actively developed games in history. As an Iron Man, eager to explore every aspect of this beautiful game for themselves. Welcome to our RuneScape 3 Iron Man series. I'm happy to have you. Alright, so I've decided to set some goals for each episode from now on. Maybe if we do that, I'll know when to end it, and you'll actually know what we're working towards. Our goal for this episode is to get a Bane pickaxe +4 to help speed up our ore mining for 80 smithing, which is required to unlock the invention skill. In order to do this, we're going to need 75 smithing, and are going to use the spicy stews, which are able to provide up to a +6 boost to various skills. This will bring us up to 81 and allow us to craft the pickaxe while being below the actual requirements. To reach the point where we have access to spicy stews to boost our stats, we have to either finish freeing Evil Dave from the Recipe for Disaster quest, or do that as well as the newer quest titled Evil Dave's Day Out, which allows you to catch the hell rats for spices with your bare hands rather than needing a cat to do so, which is very useful. First, we'll need to do Gertrude's cat for a kitten, which is required for the Freeing Evil Dave quest, as well as the Golem, Demon Slayer, and Shadow of the Storm, which are all required quests in order to access the Evil Dave's Day Out quest. I have also decided I want to start asking a question in each episode. So, to start, what's your favorite skill in RuneScape? My favorite skill has to be invention. To me, the way they've built it is incredibly interesting, and I'm excited to unlock it for myself. Otherwise, I'd have to say I love fishing in any game. It's always very relaxing to me. Again, what's yours? I would really love to hear. I've made a Discord server that you are all welcome to join if you'd like to chat with me or with each other. I'm sure I'll put a link on screen and in the description so you're able to check that out for yourselves. I also have a Twitter, which I haven't quite figured out yet, but you are completely welcome to follow me on there as well. You are also completely welcome to add me in game. My private chat is open, and I'm happy to receive any message you may have. Thank you. And let's get started. We are about to hit 75 smithing. So my plan for this is maybe I can +5 boost using spicy stews. Yeah, there we go, 75. Yeah, I'd like the +5 boost using spicy stews, and then make a Baneite pickaxe. Bane pickaxe, yeah, Baneite rock. Yeah, I'm thinking if I do that, it would actually help me speed up my progress to 80 smithing, because I'll be able to get the rest of the ores quicker, potentially. It's finally time for our second piece of the blacksmith set. There we go. The apron. Let's check out how that looks. It's pretty alright. I like the top a lot. We now have a fairly large amount of these memory strands, so yeah, let's check this out. Naragi. Talk to the echo. The nature of things is a perfect cycle, from one state to another, and a return to prior existence. It's pretty. Very pretty place. Okay, So apparently what this is you get these engrams which give a divination effect, and you find them out in the world. And then you can charge them with strands and energy and give them to her. And that will give you a bunch of experience. And then you can head over here and you can change what it looks like. Or, I'm sorry, you can change like what the effect is. So this one I found in the wilderness. It makes hunting traps have a chance to drop memory shards when you use them. And memory shards can be turned into like porters and things like that. And then this is the one I like. The duration of divination springs is increased, which seems very useful to me. So I'm gonna choose that one for now. Yeah, this is a very pretty place. As always with this game, it is very pretty. Just look at that. Pretty butterfly thing. I like it. It's nice. So if you jump down here, in this place, the Memorial of Gothics, you find the Hall of Memories minigame, which I'm not sure exactly how it works, but we want lustrous memories. So if we fill up this jar, and then once you fill up the jar, you can throw them in here. And that gives you a bunch of experience, which is amazing. So yeah, we're gonna hit 80 div, I'm sure. 6 hours of it, I think. Found this FC for this place called Core Hunting. And basically these things spawn differently in each world. And when one's active, they call it out. And you can come and, siphon these. Which is a lot of experience so far. I have 3 of these full, which is like 5,000 each. And they fill a lot faster on these than going to the lustrous memories, for instance. Yeah, I'm going to continue this. It's quite fun, actually. We filled up this robot, which I'm not sure what it does. This bot should be returned to the archivist within the Hall of Memories. You will now benefit from the following. Extra passive effect from the Memorial Gothics. Memorial to Gothics Fountain of Energy. Maybe I can choose like a second engram. That'd be neat. 78 divination. Right now. Yeah. 2 more levels to go. So like I was speaking about in the past episode, Sign of Life. When equipped, this sign will return the wearer to 25% health on death. 1 hour cooldown shared with the Sign of Death, Portent of Life, and Portent of Death. Yeah, it'll revive you if you die with it in your pocket slot, which is very nice for a hardcore Iron Man especially. This should be 80 divination. I hope. I might be off. 80 divination. We are 1 requirement into unlocking invention now. Also the requirement for the light within. We can finally leave this place. we were only here for a few hours. It's not terrible. The chat is kind of bad though. I don't know. Yeah, let's head out. We now have some of these memory shards from being in there. Yeah, I'm gonna make a few signs of life. just in case. And then we'll make porters as well. So these memory shards can just be used to make, if you have the level anyways, to make just random divination items without needing the secondary ingredient or the energy, which is fairly useful. 53 farming, which is the requirement for back to my roots. We need to go into the wilderness for runes, so I think it's finally time to buy another life. $100,000 coins. Can we buy another? So I think that one's 100k and the next one is 10 mil. Yeah. I'm gonna go do what I was gonna do. There we go. Simple enough. Trade this man, buy all his runes. Yeah, it's not great, but it's still 74. Which we can use to do quite a few things. I think I'm gonna use it on our herb lore challenge here. And yeah. So we've just been hopping around worlds inside this resource dungeon here, because there's a bunch of herb spawns. Yeah, we almost have 20 of each herb that spawns in here, which will let us do our challenge here. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Alright, so we've decided we're gonna make some super attack potions because you only need irids and then I have newts, which we already have, so yeah. We'll make these and then be back. There we go, we can now turn in this daily and claim 14,000 experience and 50 herb lore, which is a requirement for the void dance, or at least 49 is. Yeah. Flash powder factory, fishing potion, etc. We accidentally maxed out on hides here, so yeah, but we now have our tier 2 storehouse. And we can start working on our sleeping quarters here. Or maybe we should get the spa first. Totem top of summoning. I'm not sure what it does, but we got it. Let's deal with all these statues. So these strange rocks are actually part of a statue, and you can gather them all, 2 for each skill, and turn them in for some experience rewards. Let's add all these. 6,000 mining, 5,000 smithing, 3,000 rune crafting, etc, etc, etc. Hey, 56 fishing. We still need agility, farming, herb lore, and hunter. We found the extras. We just need hunter now. Yeah, we'll find that eventually, I'm sure. I didn't realize, but we're actually at 25 quest points now, which means we can claim rewards from May here at the quest caravan. Claim all rewards. Okay. Magical dice, T1. Black Helm H5 and 250k. It's definitely interesting. We did a couple dailies. Should be a lot of crafting experience. Yeah, there we go. 40k crafting, 35k mining, 51 herb lore. Okay, we just did our farm run, which means we got some farming levels, which also means we hit 55 farming. So we now have access to a Fairy Tale 3 Battle Orcs Rift, which allows you to use fairy rings without a Dreamin' Staff, if you're familiar with that. But also we now have access to Chinchompa breeding and raising, so we need to train some hunter because that's a pretty important step when it comes to farming on an Iron Man. Yeah, I'll look into that. We've decided to do Tropical Wagtails to the Chinchompa level, which I think is 53. But doing this just reminded me of when Hunter was first released. I'm just looking at these Larupias. I remember I was very young, around 8 or 9. And I just wanted to check out all the Hunter stuff, and I was so interested in seeing the cheetahs or the groks and Karamja. And just running around, even without the level, just watching people pool around these areas. Yeah, I've never personally liked Hunter as a skill, but the memories are nice, you know. We're doing some big Chinchompa, just where you basically just run around in a circle and catch butterflies. Then at the end you feed this Chinchompa. Yeah, I'll finish up here. Yeah, that was a bit of experience. Yeah, rewards. Flax, swamp toad, protea flower, experience lamp, tickets. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I have no idea what this stuff does. We are now 53 hunting, which means we can head to the Great Chinchompas and try and get our pet now. Not our pet, our farm animal. Yeah, we'll work on that. Here's our spa built. Treasure totem middle. Totem of crystal top now. We have our last rocks for statue here. And it exploded. 56 hunting. Box trap penguins. Interesting. We are now level 57 hunter. Which means we can do a bit of falconry on these dark caveats. And if we get this dark cavet stuff and bring it to the fancy dress shop here, we can make gloves of silence, which are very useful. If you don't know what they do, they increase the success rate of pickpocketing by 5%, which is very nice. So I'm sure that will help us later in the future. Just waiting for Big Chinchompa right now, but this is the new Grak model. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of yakkish and very horny. Yeah. And there they be. So now that we have this statue plinth, apparently we can make a study and place that. Yeah, let's do that. Then we have a statue piece, which you can add. I think. You need this rock's twin. Okay, so I guess we need to do the entire statue again, and we'll get another one of these. You can see us looking like an absolute Chad now, with our Larupia camouflage. We're at 58. We're working on it. It's taken all day. I didn't mean for it to take this long, but yeah. We did our jack of trades in our farm run. And yeah, we ended up with 57 farming and 52 herblore. Yeah. So that means we can do red chinchompas now. So we'll head over there. Because you can use those to make mechanized chinchompas, which are actually useful compared to the gray ones. And you can still get baby chinchompas as well from the red ones. We made some iron knives and now it's time to buy some ranged gear. Did I buy 5 of those? I did. That happens a lot, pretty often. Okay, it's finally time to start questing. We were probably going to do Gertrude's cat first. So yeah, let's go do that. It is now time for our quest marathon. On the path to unlocking spicy stews to grant ourselves the ability to boost our stats, we did quite a few quests as requirements. We started with Gertrude's cat. Gertrude is the mother of 4 children residing in Varrock who informs us that her cat, Fluffs, has been missing. She asks that we find the cat for her, and in return she'll give us some cake and maybe a kitten. Setting out, we eventually find Gertrude's son who swindled us out of 100 coins for information about the cat's location. We find Fluffs in the Varrock lumber mill, and after some coercion through food and finding her kittens for her, sets off back home. We return to Gertrude's house where she thanks us and gives us a bunch of delicious food, as well as a kitten to take care of for ourselves. Next we did the golem. While exploring the Caridian desert, we found a strayed golem wandering around the ruinous remains of Uzer. The golem tells us that it was programmed to destroy a powerful demon, but after surveying the area, we find that the demon is already gone. The golem, however, is unable to go against its programming, so we work towards finding out how to program it ourselves. We eventually find a strange implement which is seemingly able to open a compartment within the golem, where instructions may be placed. We make ink from a mushroom, a writing quill from a desert phoenix's feather, and write, "Your task is done," before placing the programming within the golem. This reprograms the golem who thanks us for helping him. He tells us a golem can have no greater satisfaction than knowing that their task is complete. I've just figured out that you don't actually need 30 range to wear this armor, but yeah, we're wearing it, I guess. It ain't very pretty, but it's armor. Next up is Demon Slayer, so yeah, let's head over there. Proceeding on, we do the Demon Slayer quest, which has been reworked considerably. It is actually very nice now and in a welcome introduction to puzzles and bossing as well. We enter the Varrock church, finding a man named Gideon Bede who informs us that a follower of Zamorak, Denath, has stolen an ancient tome of demonology that was once used to summon the demon, Delrith. Denath plans to summon the demon once again, and Gideon asks that we find the sword, Silverlight, within the crypt below the church. Entering the crypt, we find 3 spirits who task us with various puzzles and riddles. Completing their task, we are allowed to take the Silverlight sword from the altar of Silverlight. Silverlight is very pretty now, by the way. Looks good, man. Returning above ground in an attempt to inform Gideon that we succeeded, we find a note telling us that Denath is currently attempting to summon Delrith below the Zamorakian church in southeast Varrock. We rush to the location, fighting many Zamorakian cultists along the way, and witnessing Denath summon Delrith. Denath teleports himself away and Delrith slays his assistants. It's up to us to defeat Delrith and allow Varrock to thrive another day. It's kinda like introduces you to boss mechanics as well. To do an AoE attack and you need to go in the shield. Defeating Delrith, we are allowed to keep the holy sword, Silverlight, by Gideon and proceed on with our journey. Now being time for Shadow of the Storm, we meet Father Reen, a Saradominus priest, who informs us that a group of dark wizards, led by Danath, who had summoned Delrith previously, are attempting to summon an evil demon named Agrithnar. He requests that we kill the demon after the summoning, and tells us that they're currently in Uzur. Arriving at Uzur, we find Father Baden, Father Reen's colleague, and further investigate under his instructions. We enter the chamber below the ruins we investigated while attempting to fix the golem, and find a man named Evil Dave. We convince Dave that we are totally evil, and want to join the Dark Wizards in summoning Agrithnar. Dave is convinced by us and allows us to access the throne room where we find the rest of the Dark Wizards. Doing further work to convince the rest of the wizards and Danath of our loyalty, we finally arrive at the point where we are enacting the ritual to summon Agrithnar. We finish the ritual but find that Danath has actually teleported himself away. The incantation he gave us was backwards, which means that it was meant to send Agrithnar away from this realm, and not bring him here. Danath was Agrithnar. We rally the golem and the two fathers outside, and enact the ritual backwards, summoning Danath back, and slaying him with the Silverlight. Having dyed the Silverlight black to convince Dave of our evilness, we find that the Silverlight is now permanently black, having reacted with the powerful demon's blood. We title it Darklight. Completing this quest grants us the Darklight as well as 10,000 experience in any combat skill, where we choose magic in order to bring us closer to completing the Family Crest quest. We move on to the further quest, gathering a specific set of ingredients for the cook, and eventually entering the Duke's dining room, where we find a large gathering of many influential people across the land of Gielinor. Suddenly the Culinary-Mancer appears, somehow freed by the head cook's cooking, and threatens the lives of everyone in the room. The fortune teller of Varrock arrives, and casts a spell to stop time. The only way to free our allies from the time spell is to give them their favorite food. We proceed on to Evil Dave's part of the quest, which brings us to his mother's house, where he resides in the basement. In Dave's mind, we have already saved him from the Culinary-Mancer's grasp, but in ours we haven't done so yet. Through some confusing time travel stuff, we ask what dish he ate to be freed from the spell, and he informs us that he ate his mother's stew, with just the right amount of spices. He says it tasted especially evil. Or was it good? He gets those mixed up a lot. We ask for the spices he requires, but he tells us that the hell rats that are infesting the basement have stolen them. We are to use a cat to hunt the rats and receive the spices that way. After over an hour of hunting the hell rats with a kitten, due to our lack of patience and intelligence, we finally find the right combination of spices and return to Dave with the stew in hand. We feed frozen in time Dave the stew and he is freed from the time spell. Moving on with our goals, we return to Dave's mother's basement to find Evil Dave and start the Evil Dave Stay Out quest. Dave tells us that Zamorak has returned to Gielinor and asks that we assist him in completing his super evil ritual of ultimate doomly evil to attract Zamorak's attention and impress him. Going on with the ritual, we are unable to read Dave's handwriting and recite the incantation incorrectly. This swaps our bodies and ends with us being in Dave's body and him being in ours. Dave runs off in our body and ends up finding Moya, a general in Zamorak's army within Daemonheim, and under the guise of us, is requested to help Zamorak spy on a meeting being held by Saradomin. After many tedious chores due to Dave's strict mother grounding us, we eventually find out how well liked Evil Dave is by the many residents of Gielinor. We track him down with the help of a group of his hell rats we call the Doom Squad, and find Saradomin entering a mysterious dungeon entrance, which grants him access to Daemonheim, Zamorak's lair. We follow and end up fighting Dave hiding within the room we entered. A fight breaks out between the forces of Saradomin and Zamorak, and a knight is killed. This frightens Dave, who truly can't handle these terrible things. We eventually coerce him to return with us and swap our bodies back. Due to unfortunate circumstances, Dave ends up in his mother's body instead of his own, and we are granted the reward for our adventures. We receive an insane 50,000 magic experience, and 20,000 experience in herb lore, agility, and cooking, as well as the ability to catch hell rats with our bare hands, and a boosted effectiveness when using spicy stews to boost our stats. And now back to live meat. Yeah, here we go, 50,000 experience in magic, 20,000 in herb lore, 20,000 in agility, and 20,000 in cooking. Very good quest. And we're now 1300 total level. Yeah. And now we can catch hell rats with our bare hands. Yeah, and then you can make spicy stews. And if you eat that, you get lots of boosts, which I got the right boost, but sadly I can't use it right now, so it's a tiny bit useless, but perfectly okay. Yeah, I'll get a bunch of spice and stuff, and then some bainite ore, and we'll do our best. Our first bainite. I think we need 8 initially, because it's 2 bainite for a bar, and then 2 bars for an ore box, 2 bars for a pickaxe. I actually don't know what the bainite pickaxe looks like, but the chromium looks pretty cool, so I'm hoping it looks better. Okay, let's try this out. 3 doses into a stew, then drink it. Not that time. There we go. Smelt the bainite ore. Go here. Eat the box. Go here. Eat the pickaxe. We'll relog. Relog again. Relog again. And there's our bainite pickaxe. It actually looks pretty interesting. I'm sure it will look even more interesting at +5. Yeah, I'm gonna head over and keep mining. And there we go. We have our +4 pickaxe and our matic. That's our tier 80 tools. Yeah, I think that's our goal for the episode. We did quite a bit of questing, quite a bit of hunter, quite a bit of divination. We only need crafting and smithing now to get invention, which I am very excited to get. That was some bad geodes, but yeah, we did it. We completed our goal. If you liked the video, please do like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified of my uploads. I really appreciate you watching. I encourage you to provide feedback, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya.